Hello, my name is Pablo Medina. I'm a student of Zamorano University, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the stress that is a friend or foe, the cause and effects, and a lot of things that it have, uh, causes that it have in your life and in everything you do every day. So let's go. Okay, so first I'm going to tell you about what is stress. According to a page on internet, stress is your body's way of responding to any kind of demand. It can be caused by body good and bad experience. When people feel stressed by something going on around them, their bodies react by releasing chemicals into the blood. These chemicals give people more energy and strength, uh, which can be good thing if their stress is caused by a physical danger. Uh, but but this can also be a bad thing if their stress is in response to something emotional and there is no outlet for this extra energy and strength. This class will discuss different causes of stress, how stress affects you, the difference between good or positive stress and bad or negative, friend or foe, uh, and some common facts about how stress affects people today. As I'm saying, the stress have cause effects in the body, have changed to the body. Uh, Stress slows normal body functions, such as the digestive and immune system. All resources can then be concentrated on rapid breathing, blood flow, alertness, and muscle use. Um, the body change in the following way during stress: in blood pressure and pulse rate rise, breathing is faster, the digestive system slows down, immune activity decrease, the muscles become tense, a heightened state of alertness prevents sleep. Uh, how we react to a difficult situation, a dangerous situation, it will affect how stress affects you and your health. A person who feels they do not have enough resource to cope will be more likely to have a stronger reaction and one that can trigger health problems. Uh, Stressors affect individuals in different ways. Some experiences that are generally considered positive can lead to stress, such as having a baby, going on a trip, moving to a nicer house, and being promoted. Um, this is because they often involve in a major change, extra effort, new responsibilities, and a need for adaptation. Uh, they are also steps into the unknown. The person wonders if they will cope. Um, a persistently response to challenge can have a detrimental effect on health and happiness. However, being aware of how you react to stressors can help reduce the negative feelings and effects of stress and to manage it more effectively. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you about the types of stress. According to APA, it recognizes three different types of stress that require different levels of management. The fear, the first is acute stress. This type of stress is short term and is the most common way that stress occurs. Acute stress is often caused by thinking about the pressures of events that have recently occurred or, or upcoming demands in the near future. For example, if you have recently been involved in an argument that has caused upset or have an upcoming deadline, you may feel stressed about these triggers. However, the stress will be reduced or removed once these are resolved. It does not cause the same amount of damage as long term. Chronic stress, short term effects include tension, headaches, and an upset stomach, as well as a moderate amount of distress. The second one is episodic acute stress. Uh, People who frequently experience acute stress or whose lives present frequent triggers or of stress have episodic acute stress. A person with too many commitments and pure organization that can fight and self displaying episodic stress symptoms. These include a tendency to be irritable and tense. And this irritability can affect relationships. Individuals that worry too much on a constant basis can also find themselves facing this type of stress. And the final was chronic stress. This is the most harmful type of stress of, and grinds away over a long period. Ongoing poverty, a dysfunctional family, or an unhappy marriage can cause chronic stress. It occurs when a person never sees an escape from the causes of stress and stops seeking solutions. Sometimes it can be caused by a traumatic experience early in life. It can continue unnoticed as people can become used to it. People with chronic stress are likely to have a final breakdown that can lead to suicide, violent actions, heart attack, and strokes.
Cramming for a test? Trying to get more done than you have time to do? Stress is a feeling we all experience when we are challenged or overwhelmed. But more than just an emotion, stress is a hardwired physical response that travels throughout your entire body. In the short term, stress can be advantageous, but when activated too often or too long, your primitive fight or flight stress response not only changes your brain, but also damages many of the other organs and cells throughout your body. Your adrenal gland releases the stress hormones cortisol, epinephrine, also known as adrenaline, and norepinephrine. As these hormones travel through your bloodstream, they easily reach your blood vessels and heart. Adrenaline causes your heart to beat faster and raises your blood pressure, over time causing hypertension. Cortisol can also cause the endothelium, or inner lining of blood vessels, to not function normally. Scientists now know that this is an early step in triggering the process of atherosclerosis, or cholesterol plaque buildup in your arteries. Together, these changes increase your chances of a heart attack or stroke. When your brain senses stress, it activates your autonomic nervous system. Through this network of nerve connections, your big brain communicates stress to your enteric or intestinal nervous system. Besides causing butterflies in your stomach, this brain-gut connection can disturb the natural rhythmic contractions that move food through your gut, leading to irritable bowel syndrome, and can increase your gut's sensitivity to acid, making you more likely to feel heartburn. Via the gut's nervous system, stress can also change the composition and function of your gut bacteria, which may affect your digestive and overall health. Speaking of digestion, does chronic stress affect your waistline? Well, yes. Cortisol can increase your appetite. It tells your body to replenish your energy stores with energy-dense foods and carbs, causing you to crave comfort foods. High levels of cortisol can also cause you to put on those extra calories as visceral or deep belly fat. This type of fat doesn't just make it harder to button your pants. It is an organ that actively releases hormones and immune system chemicals called cytokines that can increase your risk of developing chronic diseases such as heart disease and insulin resistance. Meanwhile, stress hormones affect immune cells in a variety of ways. Initially, they help prepare to fight invaders and heal after injury, but chronic stress can dampen the function of some immune cells, make you more susceptible to infections, and slow the rate you heal. Want to live a long life? You may have to curb your chronic stress. That's because it has even been associated with shortened telomeres, the shoelace tip ends of chromosomes that measure a cell's age. Telomeres cap chromosomes to allow DNA to get copied every time a cell divides without damaging the cell's genetic code. And they shorten with each cell division. When telomeres become too short, a cell can no longer divide, and it dies. As if all that weren't enough, chronic stress has even more ways it can sabotage your health, including acne, hair loss, sexual dysfunction, headaches, muscle tension, difficulty concentrating, fatigue, and irritability. So, what does all this mean for you? Your life will always be filled with stressful situations, but what matters to your brain and entire body is how you respond to that stress. If you can view those situations as challenges you can control and master, rather than as threats that are insurmountable, you will perform better in the short run and stay healthy in the long run.